Alright, time for the solutions for the combining like terms and distribution property problems. On these ones, I'm just going to go pretty fast. There's 40 of them. Today's music is brought to you by Artifix Perio, if you can even hear him in the background. Anyway, so on these ones, you can only combine like terms if, well, they're alike. These both have b's, you can combine them. And just do the subtraction. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. Put the b with it, and you're good to go. On 2, these both have b's, so they can combine to get 11b. On 3, these both have x's, just combine them. If there's nothing in front of a variable, the number there is a 1. So you have 1x minus 9x is going to give you negative 8x. On 4, again, if there's no number in front, the number in front's 1. So you have negative 1n plus 10n is going to give you 9n. On this one, we finally have more than just two different terms we need to combine. Here we got p's that combine, and then non-p's that combine. Negative 7 plus positive 7 is going to give you 0. So there's like 0p. And then negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So really we have 0p plus 1, which is just 1. 0p is just 0. On 6, we have two terms with a v. Those are going to combine to give us 12v. And then the 9 doesn't have anything to combine with. And so we're just going to leave it just like that, 12v plus 9. On 7, these middle ones are going to combine, and then the outside ones are going to combine. So negative 3x plus 8x is going to give you 5x. 1 minus 5 is going to give you my negative 4. And so we're going to have 5x minus 4 as our final answer. On 8, these are just two terms with an a, and you just combine them to get negative 13a. On this one, on 9, it's just 3x and 9x. Add them up to get 12x. 10, the x has nothing to combine with, so it's just going to stay. The negative 10 and plus 4 are going to combine to give you negative 6. And that one's it. On 11, we're now into distribution. This 6 out front in the parentheses has to be times by everything inside, and that's how you get rid of the parentheses. And so 6 times the 1 is going to give you 6, and then the 6 times that 9m is going to give you 54, and that little subtraction sign in the middle can just stay there. And make sure you keep the m with the part that gets times by the 6. On 12, again, distributing. That negative 9 out front needs to go times the 5x. Negative 9 times 5x is negative 45x. And negative 9 times negative 7 is going to give you a positive 63. On 13, just distribute through. You're going to get negative 90n. And negative 9 times negative 3 is going to give you a positive 27. So negative 90n plus 27. On 14, again, that number up front, you just got to times it through. Times it by both of the numbers. 7 times 9 is going to give you 63. And then 7 times the 4b there is going to give you an additional 28b. And it's positive, so you're going to add it. On 15, again, these are just distributing. You got to take that number out front and times it by each of the terms inside. Negative 5 times 6x is going to give you negative 30x. And negative 5 times positive 4 is going to give you negative 20. So we're looking at negative 30x minus 20. On 16, this one's actually strangely easy. It's just 2 times both of those things inside. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times negative 2v is negative 4v. That should be a v. And that one's good to go. On 17, you just got to times that through. That 2 times everything inside to get negative 20n. And then 2 times 9 is 18. And that one's good to go. On 18, this negative 3 needs to get times by both of those things inside. Negative 3 times 7a is going to give you negative 21a. And negative 3 times negative 6 is going to give you a positive 18. So negative 21a plus 18. On 19, you distribute that 4 through. Times by both the terms in there. 4 times 6b is going to be 24b. And 4 times 6 here on the second part is going to be 24. So 24b plus 24. And on 20, you just distribute that 7 through. Trying to get rid of the parentheses, got to use the number out front. 7 times 4 is going to give you 28. And then 7 times that negative 10k is going to give you negative 70k. On 21, that negative 6, you're going to times through. And this one's a little bit different. It has that subtract 9 on the outside there. So we're going to distribute first and then deal with that subtract 9 on the outside. So negative 6 times negative 3a is going to give you positive 18a. Negative 6 times negative 6 is going to give you a positive 36. And that negative 9 on the outside there is just going to come down, and then we'll deal with it now. It'll combine with the 36. 18a stays the same. 36 minus 9 is going to give you a positive 27. And now we have a final answer. On 22, this part is not going to happen. You're not going to do 5 minus 2. You have to get rid of the parentheses first. So distribute this negative 2 through both of those items there. The 5 is just going to hang out for a sec. Negative 2 times 8n is going to give you negative 16n. And negative 2 times negative 4 is going to give you a positive 8. So now we can deal with the 5 that's out front. It combines with the 8. And then the negative 16n isn't going to combine with anything. 5 plus 8 is going to give you 13. And now we have our answers. So be very careful with these. This is not going to happen. How many times do I have to cross that out? Not going to happen, okay? And so this here is got to distribute through, and then you can deal with the 7 out front. So negative 3 times v is going to give you negative 3v. And negative 3 times 16 is going to give you negative 18. And at this point, we only have the 7 and the negative 18 that can be combined. The negative 3v can't really do anything with it. It's going to give us negative 11, and then the negative 3v, or subtract 3v, and we're good to go. On this next one, again, get rid of the parentheses first by multiplying through by that negative 8 out front. So negative 8 times 6r, and negative 8 times positive 5. The negative 9r is just going to hang out for a little bit. Negative 8 times 6r is going to give us negative 48r. And negative 8 times positive 5 is negative 40. In this case, we have things that are going to combine with the r's. Negative 9r minus 48r is going to give you, you're going to go more negative. So that's going to be negative 57r. And the subtract 40 didn't combine with anything. And that one's all done. And once you get to 25, cannot do that part. Okay, don't try to add first. Get rid of your parentheses first, and you have to use your 9 there, the positive 9, to distribute through. That 4 is just going to hang out for a sec. 9 times 5 is going to be 45. And 9 times negative 10m is going to give you negative 90m. And at this point, only the constants combine. 4 plus 45 is going to give you 49. And 90m is just going to stay as negative 90m there. Okay, on 26, the 2 is going to get distributed through, so this positive 2 needs to get distributed, and then we can deal with the negative 7n out front. 2 times 1 is going to give you 2. Here, let me put the negative 7n out there. And 2 times 5, negative 5n is going to give you negative 10n. And at this point, the n's are going to combine. The 2 doesn't have anything to combine with. What a loner. Negative 17n is going to be negative 7n minus 10n. And then the plus 2 is just going to stick out there on the end. Those don't combine, so we're going to leave it. And when we get to 27, they're nice enough to put the extra thing there on the end. So let's deal with this negative 2 out front to get rid of those parentheses. We need to distribute. So we're going to get negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 4x is going to be positive 8x. And then the plus 7 on the end there. The x guy is going to be the loner in this group. Negative 6 and positive 7 will give you positive 1. And then 8x is going to stick there, and that one's done. And let's move on to 28. Here we're going to distribute this 8 first to get 24r. And 8 times negative 6 is going to give you negative 48. And then the plus 9 is going to come down because it didn't have anything to do with that parentheses. But now we can combine those two constant terms on the end. 24r doesn't have anything to combine with, but negative 48 plus 9 is going to give you a negative 39. And that's 28. And let's get the next two before closing this video. Let's just get this one before closing the video. This negative 3 out front needs to get distributed through. And the 3n on the end is just going to stick around for one round of simplifying. Negative 3 times n is negative 3n. And negative 3 times negative 9 is going to be positive 27. And then you have plus 3n on the end there. Negative 3n and positive 3n are going to give us 0 n's. And then that plus 27 there, that should be a 7, is going to give us just plus 27, which just comes out to be 27. That's going to be the end of this video.